Welcome, everyone. I'm Nancy Osborne. I'm a member of the Renton Rotary, and we're excited to have you with us today to be honored for your outstanding work in your schools. Let's start out with Kristen and tell us which school, and you know the drill. Go for it.
Well, hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Moore, and I teach 8th grade science and social studies at Riston Middle School. One part of my job that I really enjoy is lesson planning. I like thinking about the content and how I can make it interesting and memorable for my students. I would also say that that's probably the most challenging part too, because it can be difficult to keep the attention of 8th graders sometimes. So you have to pivot and really know how to read the room. So it can be fun too. Of course, generally students really like science though. So it's been really fun to teach. We do a lot of hands-on investigations and modeling of phenomena. Like recently we've been doing phases of the moon in the classroom with a styrofoam ball and a light bulb in a dark room. And it's been really fun to watch the students interact with the materials and one another and have those kind of aha moments. So I plan to take the grant money and use it for more manipulatives for the science classroom. So thank you very much for choosing me, Renton Rotary, as a teacher of the month. I really appreciate it. And now for Candy Ellis, the principal of Riston.
Hi, so Kristen taught math last year and transitioned to science this year and really hit the ground running. And we're just, really excited about how she's dove right into the curriculum and is really getting students excited about science. And as a former science teacher, I might be a little biased, but it's been really great to see the students grow and really thrive in her class. So we're really excited and proud to have her here at Riston.
That's really exciting. I wished I had you guys as science and math teachers when I was in school, because I would have learned a lot more than I did when I was there. It's more exciting, I think, when it's that hands-on stuff and they can actually see it and manipulate it, and that's really exciting. Thank you so much. Let's move then to Caitlin from Talbot Hill.
Right, I'm Caitlin Lotman. I'm the principal at Talbot Hill, and I am excited to introduce my teacher, Miss Sarah Slack. And one of the things I wanted to highlight about Sarah is her immense heart for her students and for this work. She always shows up at work excited with the most positive and upbeat attitude. She is the most incredible builder of relationships and connections with not only all of her students in her classroom, but also with all of her families. She builds the strongest connections that I've ever seen with a group of students and with a group of families. And not just this year, this is something I've seen year after year with Sarah and her group of students that she has each year. Sarah is also not only phenomenal in her classroom with her students and with her families, but she is a go-getter and always willing to step up to help our school community. So she helps lead our safety patrol with our 4th and 5th graders across our school. She helps lead our student government. She helps lead after school tutoring. She is always just there to help and put her name in the hat and support our school community as a whole, in addition to those within her classroom. So I am so thankful to have her on staff at Talbot, and our students and families are also always thankful and always joyous to be able to have Sarah as their teacher.
That's wonderful, Caitlin. What a nice introduction for Sarah. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you. So I'm Sarah Slack. I teach 5th grade high cap at Talbot Hill. It's my 4th year doing high cap, but before this I taught gen ed 3rd, 4th, and 5th for about 20 years. So, but always an intermediate. I enjoy my job most for the relationships. It's just great getting to know them and watch them learn and grow and help their families kind of on the journey of their child's academic career. The other thing I most enjoy about my job, and this ties into how I'll plan on using the grant, is I love to integrate as much as I can with social studies and language arts. It's really hard to find good resources for social studies. So I'll spend some of the money on some books and some maps and just some things to help supplement that area, just because we're short on resources for that. So it'll allow me to buy book sets for my reading groups that have a social studies theme or kind of are centered around that. Yeah, and then probably a bookshelf or two to hold those books. So I'm really excited.
You have your whole system all worked out.
I do. My room's full of books. There's too many. And then I would say a challenge of the job is just kind of helping the kids with things that make learning for them a challenge, right? It's not so much the teaching part. It's just helping support them so that they're ready to learn and feel safe and kind of reach their potential, right? And kind of look at the bigger picture of why they're here. Yeah, I think that's most everything, but thank you so much for the kind introduction. And I really appreciate, because the funds are really going to help.
You're certainly welcome. We're delighted to hear what great things you have planned to use that money. And finally, we have Kathy Davis.
Great, Nancy. Do I introduce Kathy?
Well, we can do it that way, or we can go switch back and do it the other way.
Okay, that works for me. Kathy?
Hi, I'm Kathy Davis, and I am at Kennydale, and I am the librarian at Kennydale. I've taught in the Renton School District since 1987. So it
Wow.
has been quite a while, and I've been at a number of different schools. So I'm currently the librarian, and one of the things that I enjoy most about my job is that I get to see students all the way from kindergarten through 5th grade. So I get to watch them grow up and change and become these older, more mature, most of the time, the students that we want to see. Another thing that I really enjoy is when that light bulb goes off. We've been learning about call numbers with the 3rd graders this week and how you can use call numbers to find books in the library. And a little 3rd grader just today just jumped up out of her chair and started yelling, I found it, I know how to do this. And so it was really exciting to see her joy in learning that skill. So one of the challenges in being the librarian is just keeping students excited about reading, even in 4th and 5th grade, when they're starting to feel like they're too cool for this. And so we're looking at some things to do to kind of help with that. And that leads me into what I'd like to do with that $250 grant from the Renton Rotary. I would like to purchase some materials so that we can do front-facing displays for like what they call dynamic shelving now. So browsing bins, more browsing bins for student, front-facing displays, trying to make this look really like this is the book I want, instead of just seeing just the spines of books on the shelves. And I'm really excited to be able to use that money to do that. I'd like to thank the Renton Rotary for the recognition and my principal, Andre Stem Calderon. Thank you.
Here you go, Andre. Now you can say nice things about her.
Thanks, Nancy. And thank you, Rotary, for the opportunity to acknowledge all of these great teachers. Kathy, as she mentioned, is a longtime beloved librarian in our building. And she has a passion for reading and literature and a passion for equity and inclusion. Me and her have had great discussions over the years about how to increase the diversity and representation in our library. And it's been a long time, years-long commitment that she's done. And it's been really great when we walk in there and just see all kinds of representation of our students in the books that we have for them. So at a time when librarians nationally are underappreciated, I want to thank our amazing librarian for being such a champion for all students in our building. And her love of reading is just always so palpable. So thanks so much for the acknowledgement. Congratulations, Kathy.